People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Now, people, it seems like the parliamentary opposition, they are saying that Jamaica has two pandemics. We are speaking about the COVID-19 and we are also speaking about crime. We are talking about slap away because based on information, it is said that at least 40 persons were taken out and also 39 persons pick up con we are speaking about in a single week. And based on the parliamentary opposition's claim, it is said that that is 5 times more than the amount of persons that contracted the big C we are speaking about in that said week. Now, when we listen to stuff like this, we have to ask the question, is this a case of hypocrisy? Is this a case of politics? Is this a case of the kettle calling the pot black? People, because remember, the PNP had their chance and it was the same problem. We are speaking about crime and violence. We are speaking about slap away. It was also up. So people, the point that I am trying to make is that it is just another day, different party, but the same-ish. Point blank and period. Now, based on information from the Popo, it is obvious that this trend of crime, it continued. Because on Saturday afternoon at about 4:30, we are speaking about gunmen shot and injured at least 5. We are speaking about on Bray Street, we are speaking about in East Kingston. And it continues because at about 5 p.m., gunmen also injured and shot 3 persons at the intersection of Duke and also Beeston Street. And people, whenever you hear about Beeston Street, we are speaking about a danger zone. The Popo report also indicated that gunmen went on a shooting spree right across the nation, across several Popo divisions, and this included 11 persons, 9 of them fatally. And this also included 2 brothers that were taken out in a place called Old Harbour Mills. We are speaking about in St. Catherine, and they are identified as 24-year-old Shanane Haynes, aka Cake Soap, and also 21-year-old, his name is Shemar Blackwood. So people, we are talking about 2 brothers that were taken out at the same time. And please be mindful that this is YouTube, so therefore they have rules, laws, and regulation. So therefore I can only post the edited edition. So people, take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Yo, never put pressure on him.
He's not light. He's not light.
Push him up, dad. No, never go with him. Yo, never go with them. Yo, never go with them.
Try him up.
Somebody come in.
Go in there, a big dog come there with him and hold him neck.
Hurry up, Messi, the push him up.
Come on, keep the pressure for him neck. Keep pressure for him.
Yo, keep pressure for your neck. Yo, have to keep pressure for your one little. Come in, man. All of them, brother. And none of them can help man them. You just see what you Gunman, come touch him, man. Tell my brother.
So people, you hear the chaos and catastrophe that happens when the GVNMM3N pass through, and people, like me say, I don't know exactly what happened, but based on the report from the Popo, it is that they were on the roadway when they were attacked at about 5:20 p.m. We are speaking about on Friday by some unknown assailants. So people, we see it happened again. It happened once more again. We are speaking about tragedy. We are speaking about crime. We are speaking about persons getting slapped away. We are talking about a 24-year-old, and we're also speaking about a 21-year-old. We are talking about 2 brothers one time, point blank and period. The Popo report also indicated that gunmen carried out attacks in St. Andrew South, St. Catherine South, St. Catherine North, Kingston Eastern, Kingston Western, Clarendon, Westmoreland, and also Trelawney Popo Division. And it was said that at least 16 persons got conned up. We are talking about just Thursday evening alone. And we are talking about 4 fatally by GVNMM3N. So people, we are speaking about a whole lot of chaos and catastrophe. We are speaking about a whole lot of young lives being lost just like that by the hands of these GVNMM3N. So people, Jamaica have a problem. Point blank and period. Now before I move to the next part of my video, please subscribe to my next channel, Jamaica Dancehall Source. Don't put any space between the words, and I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. And also subscribe to this channel. We're speaking about True Jamaica Buzz. And when you subscribe, please press the notification bell and icon, and also press all in the option. Now the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that the CMU, we are speaking about the Caribbean Maritime University, they are back in the news again. And when we mention the CMU, we are speaking about Royal Reed, and we are also speaking about Professor Fitzpinnock to a lesser extent. Now this is based on a report that was scrutinized by the chairman of the parliamentary committee, and they were doing some sort of audit as it pertains to the book and the procurement process of the CMU that involved in excess of 100 million Jamaican dollar. We are talking about almost 1 million US dollars. So people, we are speaking about a whole lot of money. And basically they said that they found it extremely perplexing. That means that they did not understand what was going on. The paperwork did not look good. There is something into something. There is something fishy. So based on this information, it kind of drew the antenna of some people, and there were some red flags because persons were wondering and pondering, how is it that a competitor has the information or has the bidding of other competitors when this was supposed to be some sort of private bidding? So therefore it kind of made people know that there was some sort of conflict of interest. Somebody in the inside was giving them inside information. Now, when the Director of Special Projects and Strategic Initiative of CMU was asked, we are speaking about a person whose name is Elaine Harden, how is it that this company got the bids on its attachment with its bid for the other companies? We are speaking about their competitor. She could not answer. And people, when you listen to the names and the position of these people, we are speaking about Director of Special Projects and Strategic Initiative of the CMU. People, them have some big name. However, most of them are a set of crooks. Most of them are a set of incompetent people. Most of them are actually squandering. We are speaking about government. We are speaking about taxpayers' money. Point blank and period. Now, when this lady was asked, how is it that this company that got the bid got the information of its competitor? That means that there must be some sort of inside information. She could not explain. And what is even worse, based on the information or based on the report from the Auditor General, it is said that the company that won the bid, they were incorporated the same month of the bid. We are talking about in 2018. We are speaking about March or April of 2018. So people, the point that I am trying to make is that there is something into something. Something is very fishy because there is no way that a company that is newly incorporated, newly formed, we are speaking about less than a month or less than a couple of weeks old, can actually outbid some other big company for a project that is worth at least 1 million US dollar. We are speaking about in excess of over 100 million Jamaican dollar. So people, there is some sort of conflict of interest. Point blank and period. And what was even more disturbing and mind-boggling about the whole thing is the fact that this bid and contract, it was approved by the Ministry of Education, and people who was the Minister of Education at the time. We are talking about Royal Reed, and people, when you talk about Royal Reed and you also talk about Professor Fitzpinnock of the CMU, we are speaking about a conspiracy of thievery, point blank and period. And what was also very fishy about this whole process, we are speaking about the contract, we are speaking about the bid, is that based on the Auditor General's report, there was only a one-page document for a contract that was valued over $1 million. So people, they did not even take the time to basically do some decent paperwork. They were just hungry for the money. We are talking about the 1 million US dollar. And when the project manager was asked again by the committee if she considered it very professional and adequate, the whole bidding process, the fact that there was only a one-page document for a contract that was worth almost 1 million US dollar, and the fact that this bidder that also won the bidding process also had the attachment and the bids of its competitor, people she could not answer. So therefore, the deduction that the people come up with is the fact that these persons are squandering taxpayers' money. We are talking about poor people money. We are talking about the money from the government. So people, the moral of the story is this. We see that these persons that we put on a pedestal and give them high position and high praises, they are irresponsible with taxpayers' money. They are irresponsible with the public purse, and worse, they do not care about squandering. We are speaking about millions of dollars. We are speaking about hundreds of millions of dollars. And when she was asked, she could not answer the question responsibly. And she also said that there were other persons in top places that are also responsible. We are talking about some big players. We are speaking about some big name people. Some people will just say there is a conspiracy of thieving in Jamaica, and it seems like it won't stop because these people are never really responsible for their action. They don't really have to answer any sort of question. Them just get some big sort of liar, and basically it is swept under the rug. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.